Peep the Hat just released, brand new. Anyway, so I feel like as creatives, a lot of us have a lot of ideas, we have a lot of vision for TV shows or films or whatever, but a lot of us kind of lack the business part of it, the part that says, okay, you've made this thing, but who's gonna watch it? And I believe a lot of us start at the creative stage instead of sometimes, thinking about the ending first. And I know that's kind of backwards, but if you think about where is this going to go, who's going to watch it, what's my goal for this thing, I think if we start there, we have a better chance of our product, our art, being seen by the best possible audience. And this is something I don't have a concrete answer to, because the more I talk to industry professionals, Hollywood actors, Hollywood producers, the more I get a variety of answers. The more I get, well, I did it this way and I did it that way. Well, this worked for me and this didn't work for me. Well, this worked, but 20 years ago and now everything's different. I've been told by Hollywood actors that I should be pushing for vertical content as much as possible because that's where the money is now. That's where a lot of people are starting to really, dip their toes and really test it out and put money behind it. At the end of the day, I'm left with, well, what do I do? Because I have this TV show that I want to do, right? And I'm so tempted to just go the independent route. The independently distributed route, is very difficult, but people like Robert Rodriguez were very successful. But that was also kind of a long time ago. Yet that's where people are finding success now anyway. So it's like this back and forth. So what do we do? And I think this is a question of, well, what do you want this to become? For me, as much as I would want to go and pitch to these big studios or go the traditional route, which I know people still do and they still have success there, I feel like those are bigger hurdles that I probably don't need, especially if you're the showrunner like myself, or if this is your baby, you probably don't want to give up control of that. And chances are, if it does get picked up, you're going to get replaced as director, or maybe you're going to have a lot of different writers that you weren't really wanting to partner with. So while I'm still considering that, and I've still made a pitch deck and I still have all this information and the financials and, comparative analysis and all this stuff, while I still have all that, I think it's still good to share with people. It's not a bad idea, but I think the route that brings me the most joy and will ultimately bring me the most freedom is to go the independent route. And now I know there's independent distributors. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, YouTube is a thing now. And I've known of other shows like The Promised Land, who is self-distributing themselves on YouTube. I don't know exactly their financial model or how that makes money, but my thing has been in this like creator economy, this content creation world that we currently live in, is you are your own brand. You are the face of the thing you're making, right? I think it's do or die with that kind of stuff. I think if you're not showing who you are and what your project's about, and if you're not pushing yourself to as many people as possible on social media, I think the likelihood of your project surviving or even getting any attention is very slim, especially if you're wanting to do the traditional route. So I'm betting big on YouTube. It's not only a platform where you can host your videos for free in 4K resolution. I mean, talk about taking advantage of an incredible opportunity, right? But it's also a place where you can build an audience, you can monetize. The platform already works. Everyone knows about it. It's accessible all throughout the world. There's no restrictions. It will pay you for your content. And this is a platform where a lot of people have made their careers. And I know it takes time, I know it's not easy, and I know it takes a lot of work. But here's the thing. If you build your audience, right? If you build your brand, the chances of your show or movie getting traction is a lot higher. And here's the thing. You don't need to appeal to everybody. You don't need your movie or whatever it is to have like millions and tens of millions of views like Mr. Beast does. You don't need to do that. You need the right set of eyes that are loyal to what you're producing and what you're putting out there so that they can share with friends. Because what do you do when you watch a good movie? You tell a friend, you tell whoever, that you're close to, that you care about sharing this information with, like, hey, you really need to go watch the movie. It's like super, super good. Or it's like, don't even waste your time. Don't even wait. Like, this is the worst movie of the year, right? You do that all the time. We do that all the time for movies, for shows, for whatever commercials. Like, oh, you gotta watch this commercial from the Super Bowl. It's hilarious. So I think sometimes creators, filmmakers need to think, a little outside the box, outside of the traditional routes that have been taken for decades and decades. I think it's time for filmmakers to embrace something new, even though it's not as glamorous, which, by the way, I think a great example of this is shows like The Chosen, which was originally funded by viewers, people that wanted to see more of this show, right? And it started as them producing episodes as the money came. At the beginning, that's what it was. It wasn't like this huge studio throwing all this money at it, hoping it would work. It was a team, a crew with a vision, and they wanted to execute it as best as possible. And they said, we want all the control we can possibly have. And so if you want to watch it, contribute to it financially. This is what it is. This is how it's going to work. And several years later, Amazon Prime has picked it up, and now they distribute it on their actual Amazon Prime platform for viewing for all their subscribers. Now think about that. I don't know if that was ever in their original plans, but they kept going with their original vision. They stuck with it. They didn't let all these hands get involved. They didn't let all these studios get involved and dictate what they wanted to produce, or how they wanted to produce it, or how much money they got per episode, all this stuff. They stuck to their guns, and for the most part, I think they stayed true to what they originally started. And again, Robert Rodriguez is another great example of, I think, someone that, stuck to his guns, broke the rules, did things unconventionally, and went after it, and has had a huge success. And for me, the more I think about it, the more I actually talk about this out loud, the less I want to do the traditional route. A part of me wants to do it just to chase clout, to be honest. It's like, oh yeah, I got to deal with so-and-so, and I got to deal with the studio or whatever, right? And it's like, to me, that's not truly what I want to do. I want as many people to watch it as possible for free, even. How that's going to work financially, I'm not really sure yet. But I know it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of people catching on to the vision and sticking to a plan and being flexible when the plan fails. So here's my point. You have to take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. You can't just sit idly by, hoping one day your thing will get picked up by the studio, or basically getting permission from somebody to go do the thing that you're so passionate about. If you're so passionate about it, it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you a lot of work. It's going to cost you a lot of effort. You're going to have to probably sacrifice some stuff and rally people together to catch on to your vision and march forward and get this thing done. And if platforms like YouTube exist, then why would you reinvent the wheel? It's got a massive audience, a user base. You can upload in 4K resolution at no cost to you, mind you. It's free video hosting. You can create playlists. You can establish a channel, customize the banners. You can monetize. You can create communities out of it. You can link out to other websites. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, at least for promotion's sake. So I'm calling you out. Take the chance, do the thing, and do it in excellence.